Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and today I am doing a quick review, and this is going to be a review of Lazarus Volume 2. This volume is entitled Lift, and I am absolutely and completely hooked and drawn in to this series. I am a little upset that I found the first volume when I did. I will put the link for that review in the description box below, but this is a brand new series and I had to wait for volume 2, and now that I've finished volume 2, which took me maybe 45 minutes to an hour to read, I now have to wait for volume 3, and I don't want to wait. I want to know what happens next. It continues to follow the developing story of Forever, who is the guardian for the Carlisle family, and what you find in the second volume is more about Forever's background, more about the family that she has been placed with, and the things that are going on in this dystopian futuristic world. I really enjoyed this. What I missed is there is no mention, and I'm sure it will be mentioned in the later volumes, but where we ended off, it's a continuing story, but there are some people and elements from the first volume who are missing, but I guess that's what's going to keep those of us who are reading it on this trail, because we want to know what's happened to those people who had some shit go down in the first one that we didn't see hide nor hair of in this. There's another family that has come into play in the second volume, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Let me read the back of it real quick. The world now lies divided, not amongst political or geographic boundaries, but amongst financial ones. Wealth is power, and the power rests only with a handful of families. Those few who provide a service to their ruling family are cared for, lifted to the status of serfs, guaranteed a level of comfort and care for themselves and their loved ones. All others are waste. Joe and Bobby Barrett are waste, who have struggled for years to raise their children under the eyes of the Carlisle family. When their home is destroyed, their only hope of survival lies with Lift Selection, 500 miles away in the city of Denver. And in Los Angeles, Forever Carlisle, the genetically engineered Lazarus of her family, struggles with deception, betrayal, and acts of terror perpetrated by a group known as the Free. Prepare to be tested. So we continue to follow Forever's story, but we're also introduced to the Barretts, and their introduction into the story is sudden, but you're like immediately interested in them. One thing I will say, I like the drawing, the art in this book more than the first one. There are more landscapes. In this one, this is just the cover page. There are a lot of people involved in this graphic novel. I mean, the list is ridiculous. There are a lot of people involved. But there are more landscape pictures that are drawn as people fight, and they're trying to stave off this war happening between the families who own, like the Carlisle family who owns properties in various states, and another family who owns properties in various states, and their properties border along each other. So you're not just in Los Angeles, you're in Mississippi, you're in Denver, and there's a lot more to be portrayed through the artwork, more than just Forever's story. And I really, really liked the artwork in this novel. Much more than the first one. I appreciate it more. And you get a look into, of course, Forever's past, and her past is interwoven in with the story that's going on now. So you get a little bit of today, and you get a little bit of yesteryear, and it's just all done really, really well. They did a really good job putting this together, and I hope it continues to get better and better. Just like I like this one better than the first one, I hope I like 3 better than I like this one. But I cannot wait for 3 to come out, because I want to read it now. When I got to the last page, I literally said, oh, damn. This just came out in August. I purchased it 2 weeks after it hit the shelves, and it was the last one on the shelf in Barnes & Noble, or in the Barnes & Noble that I went to, and now I have to wait for 3. So had I waited a little bit longer to read it, I may not feel as bad as I do right now, but I couldn't wait. I wanted to know what happens, and now that I know, I want to know what happens next. Like I said when I reviewed the first one, this is not a story that if it came on television or something, it's not a story that I would be interested in, because it's out of my element of interest. However, I am totally 100% hooked on this series. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I would suggest checking it out. It's pretty damn good. And that is all that I have for today. So I hope you all have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.